Hello everyone, I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So by the time others join, so can you quickly start introducing yourselves?
Hi, I'm Farzana, and this is like I think my second course I'm taking. The first one I took here, I couldn't complete. I think the
Mm,
classes were interfering with my schedule.
Okay.
So
Okay.
hopefully I can do this one.
So your name, please?
Farzana?
Farzana. Okay, great.
Yes.
So I request everyone to introduce yourself by telling your name, from which part of the globe you are attending this session, and how many years of
Um,
experience you have. So I missed saying that, Farzana.
um, I am actually joining from USA
Oh, great.
and California, and then I have been working in testing field for like last 4 years.
Great.
So I knew Selenium and Java, but with my current job, I'm not really using them, so I lost all of it. So
Okay.
hopefully I can learn something again.
Great, great, great. So fantastic. So I request everyone to put their names properly instead of iPhone or something. I request everyone to put proper names so that it will be very easy to identify you. So next, who is next? Anil? Who's next, guys?
I can go next. I'm Shari. Um, Hope I'm audible.
Yeah, go ahead, Sari.
Okay, yeah. I'm from UK,
Okay.
and I've been working as a manual tester for the last 4 to 5 years now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So wanted to jump into the automation.
Mm-hmm.
So what? So yeah, would like to go to the class and do the demonstration first, and would like to um know if I can.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, that's for me.
Great, Sari. It's not about if you can, you will do it. We have that confidence in you.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Sure. Who's next, guys? Who's next? I cannot pinpoint everybody. Please take some initiatives.
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah, Sania, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Sanya. I'm from Pune.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working in automation testing for 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
My team generally we do process automations for our
Mm-hmm.
projects
Mm-hmm.
using Java and Selenium.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined this course to
Mm-hmm.
upgrade my skills
Mm-hmm.
with Selenium.
Great,
So
great,
looking
Sania.
forward.
Great, Sania. We have Anu, Anukampa from Pune, having 10 plus years of experience working in Birlasoft. Who's next? Yeah, Roshni, go.
Hi, this is Roshni,
Mm.
and I'm here in USA and from Charlotte, so North Carolina. So
Mm.
I do have experience in automation, but as soon as I changed my project, I was hired for automation, but um, my project at the end, my project got changed, and now
Mm.
I again want to switch because.
Mm.
I don't like see any,
Mm.
future. I don't see they have project for with
Mm-hmm.
Selenium with Java. So I
Mm.
just want to, brush up my skills.
Okay, great, great. So, yeah, Jayashree from Hyderabad having 3.5 years of experience. Last one or two people, then we'll get started with the demo, guys.
Hello,
Hi,
hello.
Yeah, hi, Ravi, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm speaking from Delhi and
Mm.
experience of having 12 years and working in manual and automation, but automation with the Cucumber and Gherkin. So I wanted to learn Java with Selenium also.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm
Okay.
attending this session. Yeah.
Great, great. Yeah. So Deepali from Pune having work experience as Angular developer for 3 years. Okay, great.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
hi all. Yeah, I'm working as an Angular developer in TCS from last 3 years. Before that, I was on support, so I'm having like 8 to 9 years experience. But from development, I'm having 3 plus. So I'm thinking to start learning automation. So I have joined this session.
Okay, great, great. Okay, okay. Let's get started, everybody. Let's get started with the demo session. Others can quickly drop their intros into the chat box. I hope my screen is visible, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's welcome ourselves into the first step of understanding automation testing 101. What is it all about? Let's understand the automation fundamentals today. Let's clear out all the confusions what you have with automation testing. What is the future? What is it all about? We will clear out all those things before we go into the course plan of what we are gonna cover for you, something amazing. So what is automation testing? Like, let's not go to the definition that I have written. What is automation testing according to you? Like Roshni, Dipali, what do you feel about automation testing? What is your take on automation testing?
We are using some tools, Rahul, to do some testing.
Okay,
Yeah.
great, great. Anyone?
I think something which can decrease the human efforts or like give more
Hmm.
we can say enhancement or like time.
Hmm.
Uh, so this is that's why we do automation to like enhance
Hmm.
our efficiency.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Others?
I think whatever we are doing through manual effort, we can do through coding.
Mm-hmm. Saving time, Rupal says saving time. So let's understand what is automation testing. Let's keep it very simple, guys. A computer program to test another computer program. A very simple thing. Instead of humans clicking through an app manually, we are writing the code that does this process of clicking and checking for us automatically, repeatedly, and much faster. How many of you agree with this? Give me a quick why in the chat box if everyone is agreeing with me on this. Anukampa says next level for tester. Okay. Simply understand like a computer program to test another computer program. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it much simpler in layman terms. Just imagine that you're testing a calculator app. Like when you're doing manual testing, you say 2 plus 2 equal to 4. Like checks if you want to see if this coming 4 or not. Whereas with automation testing, you write a program that types 2 plus 2 automatically, checks the answer, and then automatically tests the same scenario for different calculations and operations in seconds while you're having a cup of coffee. I hope everyone got a clear understanding of what is manual testing, what is automation testing. Can I get a quick why in the chat box? Right. If you have any doubts, you can always unmute and you can ask me. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. So before going to any automation geography, history about automation history geography, we always hear this terminologies like, guys, what is, some of my team members say test scripts, some of the team members will say testing pyramid, some of the team member will say like, I'm running a pipeline overnight. Some of the people will say like, I have to run a regression automator. So you will hear all this technical jargons and all over your career. Okay. How many of you heard this technical jargons, guys, over your career? Like someone will say, "Arey yaar, my test script is having issue. Arey yaar, there's a pipeline running overnight. My test scripts are failing in the regression automator suite." How many of you heard this kind of sentences or things over your career, like Ravi, Sindhu, Raj, right?
Yeah, very frequently.
Very frequently. So, what do you mean by a test script? Test script is nothing but a set of instructions that we write in some programming language which tells the computer exactly what to test. We are telling the computer to exactly what to test, what we do it. So think of it like a recipe. That means I'll provide a step-by-step instructions that needs to be followed the same way every time. Like for example, I'll say click on login button, enter username, check if dashboard appears. Like this is like a test script where I'll be giving the set of instructions what needs to be followed. There are different types of automated test cases, like unit test to check the small pieces of the code, integration test to check how the different components work together, and end-to-end test simulate real user journeys. Clear? Think of it like checking one Lego brick, checking if the bricks are connected, and building the full set. Is this clear, everyone? Can I get a quick one in the chat box? What is the test script? What are the types of automated tests? Then what is CI/CD? This terminology is something you hear a lot number of times. It stands for continuous integration and continuous deployment, where code changes are automatically tested and deployed. So automated tests run every time a developer makes changes. So testing pyramid means what? We see first we do the unit testing, then we do the integration testing, then we do the system testing, which ensures speed and thorough coverage of the code. So with this, let's go to the next point. Like another key terms to know popularly. I'm sure most of you know all these terminologies, but it's my job to help you revise. What is a test case? A specific scenario to verify a feature works correctly or not. What do you mean by regression testing? Running the scenarios end to end and rerunning the tests to ensure that new code didn't break the existing features. Test coverage means what? With the help of our automation test cases, how much percentage of code is being covered? What do you mean by a framework? A pre-built structure for writing and running the test cases. I hope everyone is clear with this terminologies. Any doubt with this terminologies, please feel free to unmute and ask. Any doubts so far? Right. Now, I have this diagram in front of you guys. What is your opinion on it? On the left hand side, we have a team who is doing only manual testing versus a team who started implementing automation testing in their projects. What do you feel about this diagram? What's happening? What's happening, guys?
Here, like manual tester, like continuously thinking, but in the automation, he's like free of whatever he did before from that task.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, Deepali. How about others?
From first image, like it's saying like it's time consuming, but in automation, it's saying like in automation we don't need that much time. Like we already wrote some automated script, and we are using that again and again.
Mm-hmm. How about others? Raj, Ravi, Sindhu, getting more job done in shorter time.
Correct. Across mobile, web,
Mm. Yes.
with different resolution devices,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
parallel execution.
Okay. Great. I want active participation, guys. Right or wrong answers is secondary for me. We will not judge you here. Manual
Manual,
testing gets bored because of. Yeah, Ravi, go
uh,
ahead. Sorry.
manual testing shows the high level of manual efforts,
Mm.
while the automated it's showing
Mm.
like less manual efforts and
Mm-hmm.
less
Yes. Yes. Yashwant, what you said is also absolutely right. So let's see what is a manual testing, a traditional approach, like requires human execution for every test, time consuming and repetitive, prone to fatigue and errors, cannot run tests overnight, difficult to scale with growing apps. How many of you agree with me if you have only manual testing in the project? This will be the situation. We will not have work life balance. We don't have anything. Automated test, quick current testing at the click of button. What is automated testing? Runs tests automatically with scripts. Faster execution, hundreds of tests in minutes. Consistent results every single time. Works 24/7, including nights and weekends. Scales effortlessly with your applications. By implementing automation testing, you're free to focus on complex problems. Whereas if you do only manual testing, high cognitive fatigue. That means what? You'll be excited to do regression testing for once or twice. But if I want you to do the same regression testing for 4 or 5 times, it will be bored. Okay. So time spent is hours to taste to per test cycle. Here it's minutes to hours. Repetitive task is tedious and error prone, and here it's handled effortlessly. So if you see here the comparison chart, in terms of speed, obviously automation test is faster, accuracy, 100% consistent every time, prone to human error because it depends on human mind, human human mindset and all. Initial cost is low. That is where people will mislead. That means at the initial stage you feel like, okay, manual testing is doing the job, why do I need to do with automation testing? Because it's taking higher time, requires heavy setup or something like that. But if you see the long-term cost, long-term cost is high because the number of man hours is gonna increase, the number of resources also tend to gradually increase, whereas automation testing is low, one-time investment. But initially, if you spend some time, initially it will feel like you're consuming a lot of time, but over the due course of time, you'll feel like once the automation testing is ready, once the robust framework is ready, once the test cases are scripted properly, then it's a one-time investment. Reusability, you cannot reuse anything. You need to start fresh each and every time. Even though you have a even though you are doing the same product for different clients, a manual tester needs to start fresh each and every time. Whereas if you have a proper robust automation script, it runs the test cases infinitely. That means what? I can reuse the same automation scripts across the same different products, which is having the same functionality. Of course, here and there small changes are there, but those minimal, barring those minimal changes, we can rerun the same scripts across different applications having the same functionality. Coverage, limit, always we say whenever we do manual testing that we don't have that much time to test it. That's why we got these many defects or something like that. Ravi, these were the words that we say like most of the times when we have intensive manual testing without any automation testing support. Ravi, Sindhu, Raj, right. So we say can cover everything, can cover all the repetitive tasks, regular activities, and all those things. Where is manual testing best used for? Exploratory UX and new features. When is automation testing best used for? Regression and repetitive checks. So here there is a very good, very important key insight, my dear friends, that it is not either or. It's both. The best QA teams use automation testing for repetitive regression tests and manual testing for exploratory usability and new features. Our job is to know when to use what. I'm not saying only manual is better. I'm not saying only automation is better. I'm saying we have to use the combination of both and deliver a efficient product to the market. Can I get a quick thumbs up in the chat box if everyone is agreeing with me on this? We need to have a combination of both manual and automation testing. Quick thumbs up, quick voice in the chat box. Right. Now, the another question is, Rahul, why do I need to learn automation testing? Now I understood what is automation testing. I know some drawback. Now, why do I need to learn it? Speed and efficiency. Tests that take human hours can run in minutes. Like imagine you running a test suite of 500 test cases can be completed when you're on a lunch break. This means faster feedback on your code as you learn. Consistency. Automation tests run exactly the same way every time. No human errors, no forgetting steps, no assumption like, hey, I thought I checked it. 24/7 availability. That means your automated scripts can run overnight on weekends, even on holidays. Computer never needs sleep on vacation days. Push your code, go to bed, wake up to results. This will be your mantra after you learn automation testing. Scalability. As your application grows, you can add more and more test cases to the existing regression suite without hiring additional employees. This is one of the most attractive points for any project managers. Better use of people. That means what? While robots or bots handle repetitive testing, humans can focus on creative problem solving, finding edge cases, and all these things. Automation makes QA jobs interesting. Early bugs detection. Finding bugs during the development, not after the release. That means the earlier you find a bug, the cheaper and it's easier to fix. If you find a defect that is during UAT or in production, the cost to fix a bug will be 6x. I mean, this cost is something that is hidden. You will not get to know about it. I hope everybody is clear why we are learning automation testing. Everyone is agreeing with me. We cannot sit 24/7 in front of the system and do the manual testing, right? We also want to have a work-life balance and all those things. We also want to be paid something good. So if you see here, automation testers are among the most sought roles in the tech industry, and an average salary growth of 20 to 40% higher than manual testing roles. Once you have the coding skills, you can also apply for SDET manager, SDET roles, all these things. What are the key advantages? Long-term cost efficiency. What are the advantages of automation testing? Massive time savings. As I've told you, what a manual tester takes 8 hours can be automated in 15 minutes. Infinite repeatability. I can run the same test suite thousands, millions of times with the same precision, no fatigue, no shortcuts, and no variations. Superior test coverage. That means what? Automation makes it feasible to test edge cases, boundary conditions, and rare scenarios that often manual testing skips. Long-term cost efficiency. See, if I'm a project manager, I'm a one who is investing into this project. So initial investment pays off quickly. After setup, after the initial setup, which takes much amount and much investment, each test runs cost virtually nothing compared to hourly manual testing rates. And we free up the human creativity. Let machines handle the repetitive checks while QA engineers focus on exploratory testing, reusability, edge function test cases, all these things. Now, if you see these differences, test execution speed, obviously we have seen it. Initial setup also we have seen, all we have seen it. The another point that I want to say here is parallel execution. What do you mean by parallel execution? Parallel execution is not possible. That means as a human, we will test only one test case at a time. Whereas with automation testing, we can run 4 test cases, 5 test cases, 10 test cases at a time. And whenever you want to work on night and weekends, we need to request the staff to be available. And regression testing is something that is often skipped. You cannot execute it on every cycle. Feedback speed. That means once a deployment is done, how many days? Generally, manual thing takes around days to reply back on whether the build is stable or not. Whereas with automation testing, within a day, you'll be get. Okay, just a moment, guys. Global test automation market size revenue is 4.4 billion, and the CAGR growth rate is 14.5, and 72% of the enterprises now use automation testing. And with the help of automation testing, it became 6x cheaper to fix the bugs found in dev versus prod. These are some business numbers that the market is always interested upon. That is why we are getting more pay, more budget, more funding for automation testing. Now, this much time I've discussed what are the advantages of automation testing, blah, 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 and all those things. Now, what are the limitations of automation testing? That means where manual testing wins. Exploratory testing, that means discovering bugs by exploring the app like a curious user. The curiosity part of the something that machines cannot replicate it. Visual and design thinking, like I want to check whether the app look good, the colors, the fonting, the feel and look and touch. This is something that machines cannot do for us. Usability testing, you understanding if the app is easy to use or confusing from a real person's perspective. Like, is this frustrating, delightful? Computers don't have feelings. Edge case discovery, finding weird scenarios nobody thought to test. Like, what if someone enters their date of birth year as 3000, right? You can't automate what you imagined it. Physical interactions, that means we are testing real devices, hardware connections, biometrics. All these things cannot be done. Testing brand new features that change frequently, that means automation needs stable features to be worth the investment. Clear? For the people who are leaving right now, I request not to leave, because at the end you will get to know what are the things that we are covering. You will be missing those parts. You might be thinking, why are we covering this? If you are not covering this, you will not understand the importance of automation testing. You will not understand the advantages. You will not understand the limitations, what to do and where. So what is the golden ratio of testing right now we follow? 70% automation, 30% manual. So what is this? So you need to understand that automation testing isn't magic. Initial time investment. That means writing good automation takes the time upfront. Like learning to cook versus ordering takeout. Maintenance required. Like when the app changes, test cases need some update. Neglected tests become useless. I can't test everything. Automation only tests what you design for it. It won't find the bugs that you didn't think for. And it requires coding skills. You need to learn programming language, but that's why we're all in this course. So a principle that every QA engineer follows in today's era: automate the boring stuff, save human brains for the interesting problems. So what are the top 5 golden rules that we need to follow while entering into the automation testing? Don't automate a mess. That means what? Before automating, make sure your manual process works correctly. Automating a broken process just creates faster problems. That's the first thing that we all need to know. Fix the bugs first, then get it automated. Keep scripts simple. That means what? Avoid writing unnecessary complex scripts in your system. Simple, readable tests are easier to maintain and debug when they fail. Don't aim for 100%. That means 100% automation isn't realistic or isn't necessary for us. Focus on high value, frequent run tests. Some tests are better tested manually. If you can do 70 to 80% automation, then you're known as an amazing automation tester, guys. Knowing testing first. That means great automation frameworks or great automation techniques requires understanding of testing fundamentals. Tools change, but testing principles remains the concept. Remains constant. Software development. That means test automation is programming. Treat your code like a production code. Use version control, code reviews, good practices. The bottom line is quality over quantity, simplicity over complexity, balance over extremes. So can I get a quick why in the chat box, guys? Everybody? These are some golden rules that we need to follow when we are entering into the journey of automation testing. Nothing is like a magic wand. We need to sit, we need to work with this application. We need to understand what are the repetitive cases. We have to sit and analyze, and we have to do everything. Now comes the business value. Now we are discussing the business value. What is the business value? Average ROI. That means what? For every dollar that I have invested in automation testing, I'm almost getting a return of $10. I'm seeing a 70% reduction in time, 30% fewer bugs reach the users, 3x faster shipping release. Clear? This is something you might feel like, Rahul, we don't need this. We want to know the course only. We want to know all these things. But definitely, I recommend all of you to know this, because if there is no ROI, there'll be no demand for the jobs. There'll be no demand for the job. You will not understand the impact of it. Clear? Now, this is a graph that you need to understand why companies invest in automation testing. Because testing time gradually decreases, you can have highest coverage of features. Cost per test is high when we do only manual testing, whereas it is free after the setup is completed. Mistakes, 15% human error rate. With automation, whatever scripts you have written, whatever flows you have written, it remains consistent. If you want to do the nightly based testing, we can do it. When you can explain what is automation testing in terms of time saved, money saved, and quality improved, rather than saying that I know Selenium, I know Java, that is why I'm a pro automation engineer. If you use the words like I've saved X number of hours, X amount of money saved, and this is the quality I'm bringing into the picture or system, then you become a strategic asset to any company. So these are some real-time use cases what the companies have faced, like Flipkart, Walmart, Myntra, or any PayPal. All these companies, before entering into automation testing, they were having some bottlenecks. Like most common bottleneck in e-commerce is testing the checkouts, payments, and inventory across hundreds of scenarios manually was taking 2 weeks per release. What they have implemented automation testing for critical paths like add to cart, checkout, payment processing, and order confirmation. So what is happening in the results part? Testing time reduced from 2 weeks to 4 hours. Can now release updates weekly instead of monthly. Caught 40% more defects before they reach the customers. So what is the key lesson that we learned? Start by automating the most critical user journeys, not everything at once. Now let's go for another use case, that is a travel booking platform. Testing booking flows across different currencies, languages, and payment gateways was overwhelming for manual testers. So what was the solution? We have created a data-driven automated test that covers multiple locales, currencies, and payment methods. Booking errors reduced by 60%, support for 15 new countries quickly, customer refund requests got dropped by 45%, peak season releases become stress-free. That means what? Data-driven testing lets you test many scenarios with the same test script. Like this, I have listed down multiple use cases. You can go through it once I share the link. So what are the key lessons about automation testing that we learn from the industry? Start small, automate one critical feature first, then expand. Not everything needs automation. Focus on repetitive and stable features. Good test automation requires good test cases. Learn to write clear requirements. Maintenance matters. Budget time for keeping tests updated. Clear? Can I get a quick why in the chat box, everybody? Any doubts, you can unmute and ask. So here there's a small quiz, guys, for you. We have discussed about what is manual versus automation testing, why, what are the advantages, limitations, ROI. So I want all of you to answer this quick 8 questionnaire. So can anyone tell me the answer for this? What is the main advantage of automation testing over manual testing?
Option B.
Option B. So next question. What's the answer for the next question, guys?
Option A.
No,
Then
C.
C.
Sorry, C. Yeah.
I request not to annotate, Vijay. What does ROI mean in automation testing context?
Return on investment.
Yes. Next, which type of testing is best suited for automation?
Regression.
Regression. Perfect. What is test script in automation testing? Hmm?
B.
B. Okay. What is the answer for this?
B.
Hmm?
B.
Yeah, B.
So, answer for this?
B.
Yeah,
B. Yeah.
right. Now, hmm?
B. B.
B.
Yes. Now the future is exciting. Why I say the automation testing future is exciting? Because AI and ML is transforming this field, and those who understand testing and AI will be incredibly valuable. Okay. So what are the future for this? AI powered test generation. AI looks at your code and automatically suggests what test cases to write, like having a smart assistant that knows what might break. Self-healing test. When a button moves or changes names, tests automatically adapt instead of breaking. Visual AI testing. Computer vision spots if something looks wrong, like a layout that shifted or a color that changed unexpectedly. Autonomous testing agents, which will take a lot of time, but that's the future. AI robots that explore your app like curious users, clicking around, finding bugs without being told what to test. So for that, the fundamentals is automation testing only. Like this fundamentals automation testing, what we are learning about Java, Selenium, these serves as a foundation for this autonomous testing agents in the future. Then we go for a predictive analytics. ML predicts which code changes are risky and might cause bugs. Smart test orchestration. AI decides which tests to run in order and how to parallelize them for fastest results. Okay. How testing has evolved over the journey. Like early 90s and 2000s, where human clicks through every feature, slow but simple. Then we are in a script, came into the scripted automation. Initially, we started with record and playback tools. Now Selenium changed the game, everything. Now 2015 to 2023, CI/CD, cloud testing, shift left practices has become the standard. Now we are in a AI augmented era where AI helps and writes and maintain tests. Humans supervise it. And the future, that is cognitive testing. AI agents test autonomously. We are learning the course at the perfect time, guys. Without understanding the programming language, without understanding the fundamentals of automation, without understanding the CI/CD and cloud testing, we cannot enter into the cognitive era that easily. For the people who are able to understand what we are covering through the course, that will serve as a foundational layers to your cognitive testing era. Clear? Can I get a quick why in the chat box? Again, there is a myth that AI will replace testers. Absolutely not. AI won't replace testers. I'm saying this confidently, and this session is recorded also. You can ask me anytime that AI won't replace testers, but it will empower them. The future belongs to the testers who will work with AI tools, learning the fundamentals now, embracing the AI capabilities, and you'll be positioned for an exciting career, guys. And I would like to congratulate every one of you for taking time to take the first step towards understanding what is automation journey, automation testing, and the journey. Now, let's go into the something amazing that everyone is waiting for. What is a course? What is a roadmap that we need to follow? I'll share you all the links, guys. Don't worry. Just allow me a moment. So is my screen visible, guys?
Yes.
Now we will see what are the topics that we are covering. The first topic that we are going to cover is Git and version control. Why? Because before understanding what is Java, what is JavaScript, what is REST Assured Postman, whatever it is, first we need to understand what is Git. How do we install Git? What is a repository? What are the basic commands? What is this working directory, staging area, and repository? How do we use the git ignore files? Then we go for branching and merging strategies, branch management, merging strategies, resolving merge conflicts, stashing changes, remote repositories, GitHub and GitLab setup, push, pull, and fetch configurations, remote tracking, cloning repositories, forking and pull requests, pull PR reviews. All these things we will see in detail. We will also see what is reset and revert, what is git tags and releases, what is cherry picking, the commits. We will see all of these things. Can I get a quick why in the chat box? Is everyone clear with this? Git is something that is important and essential. You cannot escape from this. Now, JavaScript essentials. What are the fundamentals of JavaScript, like variables, functions, strings, arrays, some ES6 features, async await? So might be wondering, Rahul, why are we discussing this? Because the next topic that we are going to discuss is API testing with Postman. So what is this API testing? Tool walkthrough and interface. What are the REST API fundamentals? HTTP methods, Postman variables, collections and environment, request chaining, test case writing and execution. How do we write the test cases in Postman? If you want to write the test case in Postman, you need to have some knowledge about JavaScript programming language. That is the reason first we are covering JavaScript. Then we come for test execution strategies. How do we manage the test cases? How do we apply assertions and validations? How do we handle different types of authentication? How do we do data-driven API test cases? How do we pass the response and JSON schema validation? Then we go for a Newman CLI. What is this Newman installation and setup? Running collections via command line, generating the reports, integration with build tools. Then we go for CI/CD integration, like how do we configure the Jenkins with Postman, Docker with Postman, all these things. Can I get a quick why in the chat box? Any doubts? You can feel free to ask. Then we come for core Java fundamentals. We will be starting everything from zero scratch. You do not even keep in your mind that I don't know anything. Can I still be part of this journey? Yes, you can be part of the journey. Absolutely. We'll be taking from absolute scratch. Like from programming also, I will not start directly with programming. I'll tell you what is a programming language. What is it all about? The journey of a programming language. Then only I will start what is Java. What are the variables, data types, operators, control flow, loops, classes, objects, inheritance? What is polymorphism, encapsulation, exception handling, collections framework, string manipulations? And we'll be using IntelliJ. Eclipse also is something that you can use. We will also discuss about Maven in detail. What is it all about? We will also discuss the advanced Java concepts like file handling, reading and writing, buffer reader and writer, try with resources. Then we'll also discuss the modern Java features like records and immutability, sealed classes and interfaces, pattern matching, text blocks. Then we'll also see some Lambda expressions, functional interfaces, stream APIs, method references, collections framework. Exhaustively we will see. Then we'll see what is a singleton pattern, factory pattern, all these things. So is this clear, guys? What are the topics that we are covering in Java? Anyone has any doubts? Right. Now we'll be seeing what is a TestNG framework. What is TestNG? What are the annotations in TestNG? Test suites and XML configurations. How do we do assertions and validations? Grouping concepts. What are the advanced TestNG features? Yes, Rupal, we have to learn advanced Java also because there is no interview these days without streams and functional interfaces. Advanced TestNG features like parameterization, data providers, parallel execution, test dependencies and priorities, listeners and reporters. Then we'll see the rest assured framework. What is the initial setup and configuration, request specifications, response validations, JSON and XML parsing, We will also see the Lombok integration, how we use Lombok annotations for day-to-day activities, advanced API automation testing, what is serialization, what is spec builders, what is API chaining, how do we integrate with TestNG, how do we create an API testing framework from scratch, how do we integrate with Jenkins and Docker. Then we'll go for some GraphQL testing. What is GraphQL? What is queries? What is mutations? What is reading and analyzing GraphQL responses? How do you do GraphQL API testing with Postman? How do you do the same thing with Rest Assure? How do we have a mini framework? And if time permits, I will also show you some schema validation testing, all these things. Then we go for a Karate framework. Karate framework is nothing but a zero coding based API testing framework where we'll be using the BDD style API testing. What is feature files? What is the Gherkin syntax? How do we run the tests and reports? HTTP methods and request building, response assertion, validations, JSON and XML schema validation. How do we do data-driven testing? How do you use reusable feature files? Then we go into the concept of Selenium. What is a Selenium WebDriver architecture, browser driver configurations, locator strategies, relative locators, web element methods, advanced WebDriver techniques like waits, actions class, frames and window handling, alerts and pop-ups. Then we'll be also be seeing how do we capture the screenshots and logs, JavaScript executor, how to use JavaScript executor for custom wait conditions, browser console automation, how do we upload and download the file. And parallelly, we'll also see what is Selenium Grid, what is the architecture of Selenium Grid, hub and node concept, how do we do cross-browser testing with Grid, Docker integration with Grid. And if you want to go for a cloud-based solutions like Browser Stack or SaaS Labs, I will give you a free demo of it where we have 100 minutes free for Browser Stack. We will also see how can we do it. So we will also see a bit of Chrome DevTools mastery, like how do we use the Chrome DevTools for automation testing? How do we intercept the network and performance? How do we use this DevTools for, like if you want to emulate the mobile views, if you want to intercept the network logs, if you want to use some local storage, session storage and all these things, we can also use this DevTools. Then we go into the data-driven framework design. There will be understanding what is page object model, base class design, utility class, what is page factory, why it is not recommended right now. How do we integrate with Excel with the data-driven framework, JSON and property files, DB connectivity, dynamic test data generation. How do we use extent and allure report? What is screenshot and failure? Then we say what is Cucumber and BDD. We'll understand the fundamentals like from the zero, like what is Gherkin syntax, step definitions, Cucumber hooks, Pico containers, data table, scenario outline, tags and test runner, what is Cucumber expressions, Cucumber messages. We will see all these things. Then we will design a hybrid framework design using BDD and TestNG. Project structure and organization. How do we design a BDD framework? How do we create a shared text context? How do we use Cucumber and TestNG integration? How do we run the test cases parallelly? How do we use the reusable steps? How do we use custom annotations? How do we extend this framework to next level? Then we will be going through an exhaustive understanding of what is Jenkins, what is Docker, how do we use Selenium Grid with Docker, Docker Compose, what is Docker Compose. Then also we will see how do we host our CI/CD pipelines on AWS. And if time permits, we'll also see what is Azure DevOps also. And during the AWS, I will also give some lights on what is AWS EC2, S3, volumes, snapshot. I'll give you some understanding of the terminologies of AWS fundamentals also, so that whenever you're talking, whenever you're saying like, CI/CD, whenever someone asks you some questions on AWS, then you'll understand what is this, like EC2, what is EBS, what is root volume, what is additional volume, zones. I'll try to give you some insights. Then we go for the AI power testing. Then we'll understand what is LLM models, what is a language model, what is a foundational model, what is a base model, what is a prompt engineering. How do we combine multiple AI tools? How do we set up the Olama local LLM models? How do we select the model for our testing based on the system configuration? How do we use this locally available LLM models in smart test case generation, bug report analysis, natural language to test script conversion. How do we use it for code review? How do we use code GitHub Copilot? I'll be showing you how to use GitHub Copilot for generating a React-based dashboard. Now we don't know what is a React language, but how do we generate a React-based dashboard with the help of Copilot and Codex? Then we'll use Git ingest to understand some external repositories. Now you don't know what is the code present in the repository. How will you use Git ingest to understand the information and all these things? We will see later. We'll also explain you what is a foundational model, what is hallucination. All these things we'll explain you. Then I'll also assist you with how do you create a very crazy portfolio, like how do you maintain your GitHub profile, how do you showcase your live demo projects and all these things. Gone are the days where you'll be showcasing your 2-page or 3-page PDFs. Now everyone is asking for your GitHub profiles. Showcase you. We will also help you how to demonstrate your GitHub profile in a better way so that you can showcase them to your recruitment or management. Because these days, it's not about what you have written in the profile. It's all about what you have done. Then we will also go through some fundamentals, like this is a bonus topic. At the end, I would like to throw some lights on Linux and shell scripting because we are trying to understand AWS. So when you want to work with AWS, it is also essential for you to understand some basic Linux commands, basic file permissions and user management, bash scripting basics, all these things. How do we use this for automation testing? How do we create a web server out of it? We'll also see them. Then at the last, the foremost thing is how to use SQL for testers, how to use JDBC concepts for storing the results in the database, for storing some information or fetching the information. All these things we will see. So any doubts so far?
Sir, where are you using AI concepts in this AI Selenium automation?
We use it for self-healing. We will use it for localization testing. What do you mean by
Is that
localization? What do you mean by localization testing? Because now you have a global wide application. Now you have
different languages?
different languages. We
Yeah.
need to test the application.
Yes.
Different languages you want to generate the reports. That's where I use it. Now, if you go for an e-commerce application, you want to test the Elasticsearch. Now I'll be entering the name as dresses. So I want to capture each and every image and check whether the name dresses is matching with the images, that is relevant images are coming or not. If you are part of some product-based companies, then if you face some any Selenium unknown exception, we pass it to the AI model to help us understand what is the exception in the real time and give us a proper message.
Are we learning AI deeply, sir, along with Selenium?
Are we learning?
AI deeply into up to LLM as per Selenium framework.
Can you rephrase the statement again, Vijay?
So my question, sir, while we learning automation with Selenium in this course, we go through the AI concepts, or how it will be like, sir?
First, we need to understand
in-depth
the
concept, right?
First, we need to understand the AI terminologies, AI fundamentals, what is what and all. We need to clear up certain fundamentals. Post that, we will show you how to use GitHub Copilot for dashboard generation, like automated report dashboard generation, and how do we integrate with our database to store the results, how it comes to the front end, how do we pass a right prompt, because there are multiple types of prompt. There's something called as beginner level prompt, intermediate prompt, advanced prompt. So you need to all
Sir,
this stuff.
we want to schedule the automation in CI/CD tool, right?
Yes, that is a Jenkins.
So,
Jenkins will take care.
but it means without our support, it will
It
trigger
is.
automatically.
Yes,
But
yes.
where AI fits in this case?
AI fits in this case. There are a lot of use cases for AI. As I told you, Elasticsearch testing. As I told you, we are going ahead for self-healing technology. Like if the locators are failing, instead of failing it, it will scan across the web page and it will try to heal the locators by itself. And tomorrow, if I want to generate the test cases based on a PRD, I would like to generate the test cases based on a PRD with the help of AI. At least it will finish 50% of the test cases. Got it?
Yeah, sir, like suppose application is fine, and before releasing, some UI developer change the element X part something.
That is where self-healing comes into picture.
Can AI do that self-healing
That
by
is
the
what I'm,
self-healing concept?
yeah, yes, yes. By the self-healing concept, it will try to heal as much as it is possible. The success rate
I
of
mean,
self-healing is 40% for any AI
without
model
manual,
without manual
without
effort.
manual intervention.
Without manual intervention, it will try to skim through the web page, tries the updated locator, and it will try to pass the test case.
Uh-huh. And one more thing, sir. Earlier we had discussion like regression testing done by automation.
Hmm.
Other testing like exploratory, monkey
Hmm.
testing,
Hmm.
smoke testing
Hmm.
on high priority things.
Hmm.
All these can be done by AI without
We are
our
not
help.
in the,
Like
we have not
we
built
are.
an, we are not yet built an efficient autonomous AI agent with AI. Even for a AI agent to build like using Hugging Face or LangChain, you need to tell everything what to do smoke testing, what to do sanity testing and all. Even behind the scenes of Hugging Face and all these things, they use the internal automation tools like Playwright and Selenium to inside the agents only to traverse across the browsers. You still need to give the directions inside the agent. So in order to enter into that cognitive era, you need to be clear of the automation fundamentals.
Mhm. Sir, one last thing. Test coverage done by test coverage. We
Mm,
generally focus on test
mm,
coverage while doing
mm,
manual
mm,
testing
mm,
majorly.
mm.
But how that current AI involve to give us what we missed while covering?
So when we say
Will it?
we have the set of test cases, right? So what we are doing here, we are going into the cognitive era. In the cognitive era, in the augmented era, what happens is like for every commit, we will try to generate the unit test cases and see whether the code coverage is there or not. I'm of course I'm not covering it here, but I'm using it for other on one of my projects. Like for every commit we generate the test unit set of unit test cases and see whether it is working properly or not. And where I'll use AI model is for suppose whenever I'm doing rest assured API testing, I don't want to write my JSONs to Pojo manually. I'll use an AI agent. I built an application using a Claude agent, and that will do the job for me. Like the moment I put a JSON payload, it will automatically generates the Pojo within second. What we take for hours and hours to do, it will generate in seconds. And with the help of Cloud Agent, I have also built one more application called as Pay Locator Based Script Generator, where you upload the locators in the Excel, and it will help you generate the code in the template that I have designed for, like page actions, page objects, the business class, everything it will try to generate. This is where Cloud Agent will come into picture. There are certain applications I built using Cloud Agent for this.
One last thing, sir. Suppose while doing automation,
Mm-hmm.
we encountered that database is locked, unable to perform select query through the
Mm.
automation.
Mm.
So what the AI will do
That
when
will
we are
not do
testing
it.
on cloud environment?
That will not do anything. AI also has a guardrails. What do you mean by guardrails? It is also having a restriction like boss. Even though if you request it, I will not do it anything. AI is used for more of a generative, more like a assistant. Treat it like a assistant. If you say it's not connecting to database, it will give you some random JDBC exceptions. So it will try to understand those JDBC exception, and it will try to give you a meaningful message. That is where you need to
So,
use it.
so it won't automatically sign into DB
That
and
means you are
perform the
giving
query.
the, it will not do that. If you do it, you need to put a certain guardrails for that AI agent. You need to put a certain guardrails for it. You cannot automatically connect and give it to you, right? So if you see the backstory of Salesforce,
Like admin privilege we can
no,
provide
no,
to
no.
AI,
That means
right?
you are, if you provide the admin privilege, then you are losing control of it. You should run it in a very self-controlled manner. See, Rupal told you that it broken security. That is what happened with Salesforce, right? What happened? They have fired around 4,000 to 5,000 employees and replaced with AI agents and something. What happened now? Now the whole Salesforce came into chaos. They have lost around some millions of dollars. Now they're starting hiring people. Now you see in Microsoft today, they hired the engineering head after 3 years. They fired the engineering head 3 years back, and they replaced with some AIML models. Now they are bringing back their engineering head to self-control this AI agents. If you give the full access, then it will go hayward, it will hallucinate, it will lead to security issues. AI shall be used in self-controlled mode, not at full autonomous mode.
Okay.
Hi, one question from me. Sorry, Vijay, are you done? Or...
I guess it's done. Yeah, Venu, go ahead.
Okay, okay. Yeah. So it's like self-healing, right? So when you say self-healing,
Mm-hmm.
can you at least give couple of examples or like?
So, for example, let's go to a registration page for automation testing. So, if you see this registration page, now when I say inspect, you see this placeholder first. So for suppose I have used placeholder equal to first name. Instead of first name,
Yeah,
they made it like principal name. So what the self-healing
yeah,
do? It will say like, okay, for the same placeholder, first name is there. So it will say like, okay, there's a first name. Since this first name is not matching, I have another attribute like ng model first name. Or it will realize like, okay, previously it was their first name. Now it has been changed. So it will try to pick one of the most highest weightage locators based on the locator value. Got it?
yeah, got it. Okay, thank you. So how do you integrate? Like basically, like you
I have to
like
integrate some AI models here. There are two types of AI models, closed model, open source AI models. So we'll be trying to use open source AI models so that everything works for free of cost. If I use closed source API model, I have to pay some amount to the AI vendor.
okay.
So in
So
one of my projects where I have done outside for a
uh,
APAC region, they don't understand English. But the problem is I understand English. Got it?
okay,
So I put
okay,
I use the ChatGPT AI API to understand what is written in Bahasa, and it will only translate the error message and return back in English for me.
okay, got it. Okay,
So what we see is one set of software testing in US or something. You go to APAC regions, you go to Australia, you go to France, you go to Spain, you go to Japan. There, the level of AI usage is next level. Like they want everything a localized testing. I understand English, they don't understand anything. Even to
yeah,
decipher the error message, I'm using AI models internally to get it back to me.
got it. Okay,
The use cases are infinite. Right now, I'm saying only very few,
I
but
know.
the use cases are infinite.
Of course. Yeah. But definitely, like it definitely helps Asia more because they're struggling with English.
Even
So,
in Europe also, don't rule
okay.
out. Even I'll tell you,
Okay.
the world's most widely spoken language is Chinese and Mandarin. English is at sixth or seventh.
Okay.
So when
That's
I
a
did
news.
this, when I did this, I attended one Cucumber conference. I have seen the
Okay.
percentage of people writing the feature files in Chinese language. The scrap was going very high because Cucumber supports 70 plus speaking languages.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's a good.
what we see is a very minuscule of software. When I was stepping out of my company and seeing what my other friends are doing, I feel like, okay, what you're doing in organization is nothing. Because in my organization also, I need to know Arabic. But how do I know Arabic? I need to
Yeah.
know, I mean, Oman uses different kind of Arabic. I don't know. I don't know. But that was one of the challenge. That's why I'm using AI models. And there is a most complex scenario in e-commerce that I'll do the same search operation in English, I'll do the same search operation in Mandarin, I'll do the same search operation in Arabic. Here only you will face a lot of issues. Here only lose lot of $1 million. It looks very silly
Yeah.
from a naked eye, but here only we'll lose a lot of $1 million. In healthcare systems, we build this
Mhm.
redundant processes like AI agents will create like even Selenium is also sort of a AI agent, right? You give the complete instructions, complete redirection, and it will do the job for hundreds and thousands of times.
Correct.
AI has started since 1950s, not now.
Yeah.
Will
It was
this
actually part of the curriculum as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So will this course provide at least one real-time project? Yes, definitely. This will give you one real-time project in data-driven framework, one real-time project in Rest Assure, one real-time project in Cucumber. Once you ace these frameworks and you can do it with some other sites, then you can easily showcase in your GitHub profile. Sindhu.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Can we get at least one entire project to showcase in the portfolio? Yes. That's what I have answered her, Sindhu. The same question. The course will take around 3 to 4 months to cover. Make it 4 months, because this time I'm planning to go something extensive and exhaustive, because in the year 2026 the bridge between the dev and QA is reducing day by day, and I don't want our fellow folks to not be lost in the race. Nowadays, they're asking cloud technologies also. The sad part is they're also asking, how do you set up the Docker setup? How do you do the Kubernetes setup? Tell me the helm commands. The situation is very bad, guys, for people who are having 8+ years of experience.
Yeah, like FZ positions, they're asking everything, sir.
Yeah, the whole course is designed for that only. If you don't know anything, don't worry about it, guys. We'll be going from absolute scratch. We will cover what is required for your SDET roles only.
Only one Monday to Friday, sir.
Monday to Friday, 9 to 10 p.m. IST. So already this course has given a lot of value to a lot of people, because in Australia, there was one of my student who has taken the course prior with me. The state government, where she's working for Melbourne state government, so they ask specifically only for postman license. That's a weird requirement. I mean, that's a very weird requirement in Australia and New Zealand, that they ask only for postman experts rather than rest assured experts. So with our course, what happened? She has cracked a job in the Australian state government of Melbourne, and she stays in Melbourne. So in Victoria state government, she cracked a job. See, the course is designed for different continents, different genres, different globes. Considering all the factors, we have designed this course. The only thing that I need from you is consistent practice, getting your doubts clarified, being active in the sessions. Yes, next, go ahead.
You also assist in getting jobs
No,
abroad?
no.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so Tanusha, the Java learning will start after 3 weeks, because first we'll finish Git, then we'll finish Postman, then we'll start with Java. Again, we can interchange it post understanding, but this is the right flow that we need to follow. Anything else, guys?
I think we are good.
Cool. So if you don't have any doubts, you can drop the call. If you have any doubts, you can stay back and get it clarified.
So the full course will start from tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything else, guys? Rini, Augustine, Rupal, Sayari, Tanusha, Tofik, Venu, Vijay.
So you'll be sending an email with the links?
Yes, team will do that. Team will be on the job.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, thank you.
If no one has nothing, then we can close the call and we can all get connected tomorrow for the tools installation. And let's start with the understanding what is version control. I'll always start from very fundamental wordings, guys, till the advanced. We'll start with what is version control from tomorrow onwards. What is this version control? What is the journey of version control? I'll help you understand all these things tomorrow. I'll directly not jump into Git, because I assume that everyone is new and all these things. We'll start understanding what is version control, the journey of version control. Then only I will start into Git.
The course will have recorded sessions, right?
Every session is recorded and uploaded the next day.
Just quickly, Rahul, is this the only batch for this course?
As of now, yes, Sari.
Right.
I
Are you
don't
thinking of any? I mean,
any.
are you thinking of any batches starting in a couple of months' time?
I am not so sure, Sari, because I have a lot of batches running. I don't know when it will finish. Like I cannot give you a very exact date, Sari, so that's why I'm not committing there.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No
But I
problem.
recommend you to join as soon as possible because
The thing is, I might not be able to join from mid of March to mid of April, so that's the thing. So if it's like if any batch is starting in mid of
I mean, you
April, I'll
just
be
keep
able to
on.
join.
I mean, you just keep an eye on the group, Sari. You'll get to know the
Okay.
updates.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Hmm. Yes, Deepali. I hope you are confident with the course plan that we are going through. Rupal and Deepali. Ravi.
Yes, Rahul.
Great. So Vijay, how many years of experience you have, Vijay? So Vijay is not there. Okay, sorry. Cool.
Yeah, thank you, Rahul,
Thank
for
you.
today's session.
Thank you. Deepali, I'll drop the links here in the group. No worries. Rupal, you can talk to the admin team. They'll assist you with all the enrollment process.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Rahul.